Poor customer service is unforgivable. Find out what to do in today's show. Welcome back to Year 7 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Award-winning franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author. We are bringing the show to you from our high-performance center in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 347, Roots of Poor Customer Service. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. Poor customer service really irritates us. When we bump into it, we feel betrayed by the firm. We've paid our money over, and we expect excellent customer service to come with a good or service attached to it. We don't see the processes as separate. In this age of distraction, people's time has become compressed, and they are on the internet through their handheld devices pretty much permanently. We all seem to have less time than before, so we become cross if things from the internet don't load or load too slowly. We have to wait. We don't like it, regardless of what the circumstance. We are perpetually impatient. Here is a deadly breeding ground for customer dissatisfaction. There are 5 elements usually driving customer unhappiness with us. Number 1, process. We need processes to run our organizations on a daily basis. This includes how we communicate and align the features and value of the offering with the customer's expectations. In constant drives for greater efficiencies, we tend to mould the processes to suit the organization's needs in preference to the customer's needs. Japan is a classic in having staff run the businesses based on what is in the manual. If a decision requires any flexibility, this is usually dismissed because the staff only do what the manual says. As the customer, we often want things at odds with the manual, or we want something that diverges from what the manual says. Take a look at your own procedures. Are there areas where you can allow the staff to exercise their own judgment? Can you empower them to solve the customer's problem, regardless of what is in the manual? Our processes often become covered in barnacles over the years, and from time to time, we need to scrape them off and re-examine why we insist things can only be done in this way. Number 2, roles. Who does what in the organization? This includes agreement on tasks and responsibilities and holding people accountable to these. Japanese staff, in my experience, want their accountabilities very precisely specified and preferably to be made as tiny as possible. They are scared of making a mistake and being held accountable if things go wrong. They've learned the best way of doing that is to become as small a target as possible. The usual role split works well, but what happens when people leave, are off sick or away on holiday? This is when things go awry. Covering absent colleagues requires flexibility, and this is not a well-developed muscle in Japan. What usually happens is everything is held in abeyance until the responsible person turns up again. Customers don't respect those timelines, and they imagine that everyone working for the firm is responsible for the service rather than only the absent colleague. We need a strong culture of we pick up the fallen sword and go into battle to help our customer if we are the only person around. This is particularly the case with temp staff. They're often answering telephone calls or dealing with drop-in visitors, and they need to be trained on being flexible and fixing the customer issue. Find out more. We come back from the break.
If you want to be successful as a leader, do the Leadership Training for Managers course. All companies need people who can both manage and lead. Leading people screams out for real skills in communication, dealing with all different types of people, being excellent at innovation, planning, delegation, handling mistakes, doing performance reviews really well, and inspiring and motivating the team. Do the Leadership Training for Managers course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years' experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now.
Welcome back. Number 3, interpersonal issues. How customer service personnel get along with each other and other departments is key. This includes such things as attitude, teamwork and loyalty. Sales overselling and overpromising customers drives the back office team crazy. They have to fulfill the order, and is usually in a time frame that put tons of pressure on the team. This is how we get the breakdown of trust and animosity reigning inside the machine. This leads to a lack of communication, and delivery sequences can get derailed. When colleagues are angry, they tend not to answer the customer's phone call as sweetly as we might hope. We need to be careful to balance out these contradictions and have protocols in place where we can minimize the damage. What are your protocols? And does everybody know and adhere to them? Now would be a good time to check up on that situation. Number 4, direction. How the organization defines and communicates the overall and departmental vision, mission, and values is key. This is the glue. We need this when things are not going according to plan. When we grant people the freedom to uphold all of these highfalutin words in the vision statement with their independent actions, then we introduce the needed flexibility to satisfy clients. Are your people able to take these guiding statements issued from on high and then turn them into solutions for clients? Number 5, external pressures. The resources available to the customer service departments, such as time and money, become critical to solving customer issues. How much control do we give to the people on the front line to solve problems for our customers? Often we weigh them down with rules, regulations, and procedures which make them inflexible. Check how much freedom you've granted to your team to fix a problem for a client. You may find that during the last recession, you wound that whole process very tight and forgot to loosen it off after times got better. We need to get under the waterline and check for a buildup of barnacles impeding our customer service provision. Scrape them off whenever you find them and have a steady routine to always take a look and see what has built up over time. Invariably, you will find something that can be removed or streamlined that the customer will appreciate. Remember, if you can do this and your rivals can't or don't, that is a big advantage in the customer satisfaction stakes.
I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast Show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday we are releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor.
In episode number 348, we were talking about open the kimono, leaders. So, yoroshiku. Onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. I've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.